Hello, I am Minecraft 08 and welcome to the 48th episode of my second 1 billion iron ingot challenge. In today's episode, I'm going to be working with my ore processing facility to process nether quartz and lapis ore in different ways so that in the future I will be able to process some of my iron ore in a slightly different way as well. So let's dig into exactly what I'm aiming to do in this episode. So first off, let's take a look at... This all boils down to me wanting to more efficiently process my iron ore, or process it as efficient as possible. So right now what I'm doing with all of it is I'm sending it to a sag mill. Let me find that recipe. Okay, there is a lot of different ways to process this. I'm sending it to a sag mill. Traditionally, you get 2 pulverized iron, but I am using the vibrant grinding ball, so I'm getting actually 175% of this 2 pulverized iron. So in essence, I'm getting 3.5 pulverized iron for each iron ore, but I can actually do just a little bit better than that, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on today, or getting to that point today. So there's an intermediate step here. To actually get more than the 3.5 times iron ingots per iron ore, I will actually need to use induction smelters with a pyro concentrator upgrade with blazing pyrotheum and either cinnabar or rich slag. I'm not going to use cinnabar because I'm using cinnabar in some of my other operations, so obviously that's kind of out. I'm still struggling with cinnabar just a little bit. I'm really close to even, and if I tried to process iron ore with cinnabar, I would not have nearly enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on this recipe right here. And right now I don't actually have very much rich slag, but there are a few ways to make a decent amount of rich slag without using cinnabar here. Now if we look through the recipes, there are 2 in particular, and they would be the nether quartz and the lapis. So let me see if I can't find those. Okay, so here's the lapis recipe. Sand plus lapis equals 8 lapis lazuli, but it also gives a 50% chance to get rich slag, and that's what I'm after in this episode. And then if we find the nether quartz as well, it has, I believe, the same chance at 50%. So let's see if we can't find it, and hopefully I didn't scroll right past it. I probably did. Yeah, I definitely, there it is. So right here, sand, nether quartz, 50% rich slag again. I believe I will be getting a little bit less nether quartz than I would be otherwise. No, I'm actually going to get more nether quartz. I am going to get less lapis though. If I remember right, the amount of lapis I get from pulverizing is 10, and I will be getting 8 now, but that's not a big deal. I am using some lapis, but not to that degree. So seeing a cut in production of lapis isn't that big of a deal. So let's dive into what I'm going to be doing. So first off, I obviously need induction smelters, and I have 40 of them. Let me grab a fresh red print as well, because I'm going to be setting these up just a little bit differently than I have in the past. And that's the wrong one. I need the unset one. So there we go. I'm going to need 40 conversion kits, and I should have just enough of those laying around. And then I will be using just speed augments. I could definitely use some of the secondary or auxiliary sieve augments to increase the amount of rich slag I'm going to be getting. The thing is, I'm going to be processing so much lapis and so much nether quartz that I don't really see myself needing the extra yield, I guess. And not to mention, I already have so many machines over here that I feel like making more machines with the auxiliary sieve upgrade will just take more time for me and will be more of a load on my server. So I'm going to try it this way and see if this works. So now I have some augments, I have the conversion kits, I have the induction smelters, I also have a bunch of conduit with me. Let's start building. Oh, there's one more thing, sorry. I need materials, I need somewhere to get sand, and there are lots of different ways to make sand, but I feel like the material stonework factory is going to be my best bet. So let's get started with all of this. Now I do have one more level to this building. Originally I only had, I think, 3 or 4 levels. So 1, 2, 3. I only had 4 levels including the basement. So I had the 3 levels I just showed, and then the basement, which actually does the iron ore. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be processing lapis and nether quartz. And actually it would be smart to grab some lapis and nether quartz because I will need to export this later in the episode. Also, it'll be nice to have the lapis and nether quartz not being pulverized, because that'll lessen the load on this right here. So actually, I had nether quartz right here. So let's see, where is the lapis going? It is going here. So there should be lapis somewhere. There we go. Okay, so let's get started. How I plan to do this is a little bit different than I've done my induction smelters down below, and that's because I don't want to use the bottom side, because I have this item conduit here which carries I think bliss powder to my magma crucibles over here. So using the bottom side probably wouldn't be very smart, but I believe I can get around this. So what I'm going to do is first off, I'm going to need 2 red prints here. So let me grab another fresh red print. And I need it to be the fresh one. So the plan right now is to have... Actually, I might need... we'll set it up like this for right now. So I'm going to have an induction smelter here, an induction smelter here, and I will have a material stonework factory in the middle here. So what I'm going to do with this material stonework factory, and I don't think I've ever done this before actually, is I am going to X off all of the yellow connections so that nothing can be pulled out. I'm going to X off all of the blue connections so that nothing can be pulled out of here. Because what I'm going to be doing is producing cobblestone. Cobblestone. I'm going to grind it into gravel, and then I'm going to grind it into sand. And for all of these material stonework factory, I also want to include some speed upgrades. If I do one of each speed upgrade, it will be able to produce 4 sand for each operation. So that's obviously what something I want to see. So let's drop those in. And then what I'm going to do with the induction smelters is I'm going to have in and out on the top. There we go. And then I'm going to have in from the right, and I'm going to have auto pull on, I think is how I'm going to do this. Because it needs to grab the sand out of the material stonework factory and pull it into this slot right here. And then on the top side, we will have some item conduit, which will bring the lapis and the nether quartz in. And it will also have the extraction point, so it will be able to pull all that stuff out as well. So this one needs to be set up kind of the opposite here. This needs to be green right here, and then blue and orange on top with auto input enabled. So one more thing I need to do is let's set this to 3x3 mode, because I need to get rid of all of this down here. So let's see. I didn't think that would break it, because it doesn't break tile entities, which is nice. It is super, super nice that the flex spore here does not break those. Also, I replaced my pickaxe that I would traditionally have with another flex spore. This one actually has silk touch on it, so it is different than the other one, and it's also by default set to 1x1 mode. So I do need to get rid of this, because I need to run a lot of conduit here. I need to run a lot of energy conduit, and I do want to test this out, which is why I'm doing this right now rather than placing all the machines down. I want to make sure that this is going to operate how I want. Okay, so it very much seems like it's going to work out. Currently, this induction smelter is hogging all of the sand, but pretty soon this other induction smelter should start to get some sand, and that's fantastic. Also, let's go ahead and set the red prints. So this one can be for the right hand side, and I just need to right click, not shift right click. Okay, so this will be the right side, and then this will be the left side. So this will be on the right side of my inventory, this will be on the left side, so that's just easy to remember. Okay, so cool. That seems to work. So I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm trying to think exactly how I'm going to set the rest of this up. I think for my items, my lapis and my nether quartz, we're going to run this over here. And then let's see here. I need some modular storage, or some sort of storage anyways. So I'm just going to use modular storage. I need an export bus. And let's get rid of this. And I will need a capacity card with this export bus. And then 3 acceleration cards. And let's go ahead and set this. I need a covered cable as well. So I think I've been using orange. Have I been using orange? I don't even know. I actually think I've been using blue, but we're going to use orange up here. So what I'm going to do is put this right here, put an export bus here, have this set to be both nether quartz and lapis. I'm going to plop down this guy right here. Oh, shoot. So one thing I do need to do, and I can do this off camera, I need to empty all the lapis out of here. And once I have that done, I will be right back. Okay, so while I was waiting on all my lapis to clear out of my modular storage here, I decided to lay down my conduit under here for energy. And now that I have all of that done, I think I'm going to go ahead and lay down all the material stoneworks factories. Now, the thing is, I actually grabbed about half of all of the machines that I planned on putting in today. So let me grab, if I can, 20 more of these guys. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to worry about the other half today. I'm just going to set up these 40 induction smelters and see where I'm at from there. So what I need to do now is I just need to put up material stoneworks factories along the middle here. And let me go ahead and put down all 20 of these. That's good for now. And just like before, I need to set all of these up to be grind with upgrades here. And then I also want to do this for the yellow and the blue. I want to X out everything. So I need to do that 18 more times. That's going to take a little while to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. And after I have all of these material stoneworks factories configured, I will be right back. Okay, so it is time for me to put down my induction smelters now that I have the material stoneworks factories all set up. So what I need to do is I need to grab the proper red print, which is the right version, is how I'm going to start this off. And actually, let's start off at this back wall here. And let's double check that I have the right one. It looks good. So let's just plop the rest of these guys down. And then I need to do the left side. Okay, so left side here. And actually, let's start out back here as well. Oh, no. And I just cleared it accidentally. Okay, so, yeah, it's back. Let's try this again. You clear it by shift right-clicking. And because I have to shift right click when I'm putting the induction smelters against induction smelters, I just accidentally cleared it. So that's what was going on there. So that is cool. So now what I need to do is I actually need to put an augment on all of these. And after I have that augment on, I also want to fill it with these auxiliary reception coils. I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera because that'll take just a little while. And once I have all of that done, I will be right back. Now that all of the induction smelters are ready to go, I actually need to get the lapis lazuli ore and the nether quartz ore into the induction smelters. And I'm going to do that through item conduits. So pretty simply what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some item conduits coming out this side and the top side as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have speed upgrades in both of those so that I know that I have enough throughput here. So I need to set up my item conduits to be along just all of the induction smelters. The material stoneworks factories do not need to be included. So obviously that's nice. That makes things just a little bit easier here. And we can just set up this like so. And while I'm at it, and let's actually Get rid of this right here. While I'm at it, I should probably grab an ender chest or something. So I think what I'm going to do is grab a... Yes, this ender chest, the white, blue variant. I'm going to grab an import bus with some acceleration cards. And then I'm also going to grab a storage bus because I need somewhere to store my rich slag, and I figure up here is as good a place as any to store my rich slag. Currently, I don't really have any of it because anytime I've needed to make it in the past, I've just ran some recipe, usually like cinnabar with ardite ore or something, to get some rich slag. So I don't really have any real amount of it. So this is a good time to set up storage for that because I will have a lot of it really soon. So let's grab a black hole unit. And yeah, I think that's just about everything I need. So I want to set up the ender chest right here. And I can do the import bus here with cards. And then I actually need to grab... Actually, I thought I had... No, I didn't run it over here. So what I can do is I can just run my dense conduit this way. Right along here. Oh, shoot. The one bad thing about not having a pick is that picks actually go through the conduit a lot faster than flux bores do. But that's not really a big deal. So I need one covered cable. And since we did orange over there, let's do orange right here. Okay, so that's all set up. We'll do a storage bus here. This will be for rich slag. It will be priority 1000. And we'll have a black hole unit here. Boom. Fantastic. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so what I have to do now is I have to configure my item duct. And I actually just grab a little bit more so we can X that connection. This needs to be insert. Let's do on brown. Yes, so what I'm going to do is for all of these on top, all of the item conduits on top of the induction smelters, I need to be insert on green, extract on brown. So I need to set up all of my item duct or item conduit like this. And as we can see, this induction smelter is off and going. So I need to do this something like 38 more times now. So I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera. And once I am done with that, I will be right back. Okay, so I finished configuring the item conduits. And there's one last thing I need to do. And that would be to actually... stop exporting Lapis and Nether Quartz to the system down here because we no longer want to process it down here. So let's find those. There's Lapis and Nether Quartz should be... actually, I'm not sure where Nether Quartz should be. There it is. So let's stop exporting it there. And so all of the Lapis Lazuli ore and the Nether Quartz ore should come up here, which is exactly what I want to see. So hopefully this system will be able to keep up. I'm not sure if it will be able to or not. If it's not able to, I can just add some more machines off camera. But the system seems to be working pretty well. I'm getting a good amount of rich slag already. Going into this episode, I think I had something like 90 rich slag. But now, obviously, it's going up very rapidly. So this is working quite well. So hopefully in the next episode, I will be using this rich slag to process some of my iron ore in a slightly more efficient way, so that I can get more iron ingots. Anyways, as of right now, I have 290... Oh my goodness, that was a bad stutter. 297,000 iron ingots, which is almost 30% of my goal of 1 billion. I am really cooking now. I'm getting something close to 20 million iron ingots per day, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so yeah, in today's episode, I just set up this system to... make rich slag. It processes Nether Quartz ore and Lapis Lazuli to get the rich slag right here. Anyways, if you enjoyed today's episode, definitely give it a like. If you like watching automation in modern Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.